I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Wednesday, August 6th. Today, waiting for change.
Families are upset, clients are upset, nurses are upset, and we need to get this sorted.
Why some healthcare advocates say recent changes to home care services have made things worse. Also today, in the eye of the storm.
First we saw a wispy little tornado, then I saw another wispy tornado come down.
An amateur storm chaser comes face to face with a Manitoba twister.
I'm John Hendricks at the Argentina Tango Pavilion. Behind the scenes, making new friends. I'll show you what this pavilion has to offer coming up.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We begin with some severe weather alerts to tell you about, and we're going to turn to CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady, who is tracking the latest watches and warnings. My phone in the last 17 minutes has given me, I don't know, 6, 7 alerts, Colleen. Yeah, what is the latest?
Yeah, a line of severe thunderstorms moving very close to Winnipeg could possibly be producing a tornado. Now, there is no tornado warning in effect for the city of Winnipeg, but neighboring communities to the north and to the east. Now, here's a look at these storms right now. I'll show you the areas that Environment Canada has put under that tornado warning, to be precise. Here's Winnipeg right here, to the east, to the northeast of the city. I'll zoom in on the areas where we're seeing those storms right now. I've circled them. This is where Environment Canada believes a storm could be producing a tornado. These storms are moving east at about 30 kilometers an hour. I will have the latest updates, of course, as this system continues to change and evolve, really minute by minute, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Colleen. Environment and Climate Change Canada is also investigating reports of a tornado in southwest Manitoba yesterday. The department confirmed today it did receive a report of a likely tornado near Bellevue, which is about 30 kilometers south of Verdun. Amateur storm chaser Corey Penner took this photo. He says he saw the tornado touch down, but only for a couple of seconds, and there was likely little damage. Penner found himself in the storm while returning from chasing another storm in Saskatchewan.
It was tough to get to because the roads were really wet and muddy, but we got there. And first we saw a wispy little tornado, then I saw another wispy tornado come down, very brief, and then we stopped, set up the real camera, and then that's where we got that nice thick tornado, which only lasted a couple seconds, and then it was done.
Environment Canada says so far there are no reports of any damage. Anyone else who has photos or knows of any damage is asked to reach out. The Manitoba Nurses Union says changes to home care services meant to improve client care have done just the opposite, instead creating headaches for both clients and nurses.
We are in a mess. Clients are not receiving care. Families are upset, clients are upset, nurses are upset, and we need to get this sorted.
The Winnipeg Regional Health Authority implemented a new home care scheduling system earlier this year. It was in response. I apologize, we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty here. I'll be with you in 1 second. The Winnipeg Regional Health Authority responded to the complaints after the Nurses Union brought them forward. It was in response to the death of Catherine Ellis in 2023. Ellis waited weeks for home care that never came. A case review found breakdowns in communication, policy, and procedure, and found gaps in the system which led to delays. However, Catherine's partner, Eric DeShepper, says he's seen little change and fears systemic failures are being repeated.
What I would like to see personally is a collective and collaborative effort to resolve these systemic issues that have been plaguing the home and healthcare system for over a decade.
The Manitoba Nurses Union agrees. President Darlene Jackson says the WRHA's move to centralize home care scheduling was made without consultation with frontline workers and is leading to a breakdown in communication between schedulers, home care workers, and clients. The Winnipeg Regional Health Authority responded to the complaints. It says in a statement to CTV News, while the implementation of the new scheduling system has faced some challenges, we are fully committed to improving the program and delivering the care clients and their families as well as staff deserve. CTV's Danton Unger is digging into the issue for us and will bring us his full story coming up on CTV News at 6 o'clock. Mounties have identified a suspect in a fatal shooting in western Manitoba last week and are asking for your help tracking him down. 52-year-old Frank Laforge is wanted on charges of first-degree murder and attempted murder. He's described as 5 feet 8 inches tall and approximately 150 pounds with a bald head. He's believed to be in the Yellowhead area of Manitoba, but also has connection to the Kamsack and Yorkton areas of Saskatchewan. If you see him, you're asked to call 911. It comes after 2 people were shot at a home on Kisikowayan First Nation July 28th. It's located southwest of Wasagaming. A 33-year-old woman was killed and a 26-year-old man was injured, but has since been released from hospital. Fire crews in northern Manitoba were keeping a close eye on the skies yesterday. The town of Snow Lake shared this photo on social media of a pyrocumulus cloud over top nearby wildfires. These clouds, which are known to develop sometimes over intense fire activity, can create their own weather patterns, produce lightning, and alter wind direction, potentially trapping firefighters. The town says 2 such clouds developed Tuesday but collapsed before posing any major problems. The town noted the weather forecast for the next few days looks promising, with a high chance of precipitation in the coming days. A Winnipeg family is making a big contribution to support thousands of northern Manitoba wildfire evacuees. The Asper Foundation is making a donation to MKO of $25,000 per week. MKO is helping to collect and distribute to more than 19,000 evacuees registered with the Canadian Red Cross. 3,000 more evacuees are expected in Winnipeg in the coming days. MKO says many people were forced to leave with no time to prepare, arriving without baby supplies, hygiene products, or even proper clothing. So today's announcement from the Asper Foundation is welcome news. MKO hopes the donation will inspire others to follow suit. There's an urgent need for non-perishable food items, baby formula, diapers, strollers, and carriers, new underclothing and hygiene products, along with blankets and toys, as well as entertainment for children. Donations can be coordinated through MKO and its partner organizations. A Michigan congressman is calling on Canadian leaders to do more to address wildfire smoke blowing southwards into his state. Representative John James, a Republican from Michigan, recently wrote to Prime Minister Mark Carney asking leaders in our country to take action to contain the wildfire crisis. Representative James specifically cited the smoke from Manitoba's wildfires, saying it's threatening the health care of his constituents and millions of other Americans. He added Canadian sovereignty comes with responsibility and, quote, Canadians should not be surprised if American leaders begin treating Canadian sovereignty concerns with the same seriousness Canadian leaders show towards American security and health concerns. The Premier had this to say.
Who can't get any attention on his own, so he's got to go in public and throw a timber tantrum, as we're calling it around here. So on the one hand, try not to take it too seriously, but on the other hand, you know, let's be realistic. Tens of thousands of people have been forced out of their homes. Lives have been lost. Huge impacts here. This is not the kind of thing you should be playing around with.
CTV News has contacted Representative James's office for a response. We are still waiting to hear back. All right, let's bring Colleen Brady back now with an update on this severe weather. I just got another emergency alert on my phone. What's the latest from where you stand?
Yeah, these warnings continue to get updated as this storm continues to move. This tornado-warned storm that is close to Winnipeg. Now, once again, the city of Winnipeg is not under a tornado warning, but other communities just outside of Winnipeg to the east and to the northeast are still under a tornado warning. The reason being a line of severe thunderstorms I'll show you right now are moving through that area east at about 30 kilometers an hour. Now, the latest we have from Environment Canada, and folks, this literally is changing minute to minute, is that the area where it's believed a tornado could be occurring right now is in the Birds Hill area. So if you are in the vicinity of where these storms are headed and where I showed you those tornado warnings are to the east and to the northeast of Winnipeg, get yourself to shelter. You're likely already watching this indoors outdoors, but get to an area away from the exterior, away from windows. Get to the lowest area in your home that you can. This really is a life-threatening situation. Let's take a look right now through the Bath Fitter Live Eye. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, it's cloudy. We did have a thunderstorm move through the city. Again, the city not under a tornado warning. 25 degrees. It is windy. Those winds from the south, the pressure is dropping. The humidity is 70%. A quick look out in traffic shows it is busy in Osborne Village, but moving well.
It's known for its dancing and, of course, for its food. Coming up, I'll take you into the kitchen at the Argentina Tango Pavilion.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Well, before you put new technology to work in the fields or in the barns, you need to test it somewhere, which is where Farm Credit Canada's Innovation Farms Network comes in. And for the first time, it's adding a potato farm to its network right here in Manitoba. CTV's photojournalist Jamie Dowsett found out more. Okay, we don't have that story for you right now. I apologize. Instead, let's head out to the Argentina Tango Pavilion at Folklorama. John Hendricks saved me here. I'm having some troubles tonight. What do you got going on over at Folklorama?
Merely every time I come to Folklorama, you will notice that I find myself in the kitchen, and that is not an accident. It's because there are always some pretty amazing meals that are being prepared here. And in this pavilion, there is one meal in particular that I always seek out. It is the empanadas. And so I am joined now by Jacko, one of the gentlemen who is the kitchen coordinator, and one of the gentlemen who is responsible for bringing that food and many others here. So let's talk a little bit about the food. Fair to say that Argentina known for its cuisine?
Yeah, they're very flavorful empanadas. You know, we have different kinds. So we got the chicken, the beef, the spinach, and everything is made with recipes that we have from home. So it's really local. I'm from Belleville, Cordoba. So that's in the province of Cordoba. So yeah, it's really local and really nice. People love those empanadas. I
mean, we know about empanadas here in Canada, but this is not something new like Canada. This is something that is relatively old.
Yeah, it has quite a bit of history. We're looking at it, and it's about 5 centuries of history. The Spaniards kind of took it wherever they could and wherever they went to a bit, and then it just kind of went over. The same as the churros that we have as well. It's kind of similar. They kind of made roots in all these places, and everybody kind of took their little version on it because it depends on the local stuff that was around. But so it's you know, it's little pockets and different things, different ways. You know, samosas. It's all kind of in the middle, similar, just different tastes. You know, and that's we have something that tastes really nice and appeals to everybody.
So obviously, on one hand, we're going to get the empanadas, also churros, but there's a lot more to the Argentina Tango Pavilion than those meals. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other things you have.
Well, the other ones we have is the Argentina-style sausage. It's choripan. The choripan is something that's very classic anywhere. If you leave the bar at 5, 6 in the morning, you'll see people always making those choripans on the side of the road. That's when you hit, and after the bar, or you're going to see the field soccer game or any dance, anything you go, you see the choripan. And the milanesa is also a breaded cutlet. The breaded cutlet is a kind of sandwich or not in a sandwich form.
What do you put in it?
So in the sandwich we have they're all the same. So they have the bun, and we have mayo, lettuce and tomato, and the chimichurri sauce that we make here. So that's adds a flavor from Cordoba as well, from where I'm from. That has a nice little herbs and stuff, and it adds to the flavor.
And as I can see, it takes a real army to bring all of this together.
Yeah, it tastes quite a few, and right now we're almost ready to start rocking here. So we're prepping all these sandwiches so when the people come, we'll just put the meat in it. It's nice and hot, and we go to it so they can have it.
Hot, fresh, and made to order and ready to go. This is going to be some pretty fantastic stuff, Marilee. So I'm afraid that I'm going to have to let you go so I can, I was going to say roll up my sleeves, but let's be honest, I'm just going to go and help myself to an empanada.
I've had some of those. They can be messy. Maybe get a bib and roll up the sleeves a little bit. We got to talk to you a few more times yet tonight.
All right, you got it.
Right. Enjoy, John. Marvel Universe fans, take note because a couple of popular characters are coming to Winnipeg's Comic-Con. Find out who after the break.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Holly Cole.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and a couple of more pretty big names have just been added to the Comic-Con celebrity list.
That's right. Here's who you will see at the pop culture exhibition slated for October.
Still not sure what I am. I'm just living my life, day to day.
Why don't you just tell us your name?
Comic-Con's guest list now includes 2 characters from Marvel's popular Luke Cage series, Mike Coulter, who plays Cage, and Theo Rossi, a.k.a. Shades. Coulter is also known for his big screen roles in $1 Million Baby and Men in Black 3. Coulter and Rossi will join actors Lou Diamond Phillips and Ron Perlman. Winnipeg Comic-Con attendees dress up as their favorite sci-fi or fantasy characters. Comic-Con runs October 24th to the 26th over at the RBC Convention Center. For tickets, visit comicconwinnipeg.com.
All right, now for those that are in the market for some ink. Maybe you, Colleen?
Well, not me, but you have a tattoo that you want to get. I can show you exactly where you're going to want to be this weekend. The Winnipeg Tattoo Convention returns to Red River X Park Friday to Sunday. You can get that tattoo you've always wanted.
Colleen, you don't want to get that one?
Well, of course I do, but you know, I don't know if the boss would allow it. You'll just want to watch some talented artists at work. You can do that too. More than 250 tattoo artists will be offering their services and showing off their work all weekend long. You may also find a market there. You will. Beer gardens, food trucks, and live music. Head to winnipegtattooconvention.com for tickets and a list of the artists if you'd like to book ahead of time.
Some pretty impressive artwork being done there.
We'll have to think it over.
All right, I can't handle the needles.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, maybe I'll watch.
Just the stick-on ones.
Yeah, yes,
that's more my speed.
I like those too.
All right, back to Folklorama now,
Sure.
because we're going to show you another entertaining pavilion that you don't want to miss.
No, the British Isles Pavilion at Folklorama is on all week. The pavilion features 2-time Irish dance world champion McKinley Hodgins and 2025 world champ runner-up Katie Olafson. Now, they're just 2 of the many accomplished dancers taking the stage at the pavilion, which is showing off the foods and cultures from half a dozen different countries.
So the British Isles is about 6,000 islands big, but here we are, mainly focusing on just north of Ireland, the Republic of Ireland as well, Scotland, Wales, and England.
The British Isles Pavilion runs all week over at the Heather Curling Club on Youville Street.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Beat those midweek blues with Master Chef at 7, followed by Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service and Battle of the Generations. And wrap up your night with Match Game at 10. It's all right here on CTV. A live look out onto Portage Avenue, east and westbound in front of Polo Park. Traffic moving well there. 25 degrees in Winnipeg right now. The city is under a severe thunderstorm watch. I will give you the latest on where that tornado-warned storm is coming right up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, in the approximate 15 seconds it took me to walk from my desk into our studio here, the tornado warning for now has ended for those areas to the east and northeast of the city. That doesn't mean we won't see them spring up again, but there is still obviously severe weather in our midst. Winnipeg, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, is under a severe thunderstorm watch. So I didn't even have time to change this graphic for you, but this is good news. For the time being, there is no tornado warning in effect right now, but we still have those thunderstorms that are continuing to move along to the east at about 30 kilometers an hour, and they are still severe. So we do have Winnipeg under a severe thunderstorm watch, lighting up in yellow, along with all these other communities in southeastern Manitoba, east into northwestern Ontario. But you'll see where the yellow turns to red, to the southeast of Winnipeg and to the northwest. Those are more severe thunderstorms that are moving through those communities as well. And it's not not just this part of Manitoba. All of the province tonight, there is showers moving through with the potential for thunderstorms. That will continue for the next few hours. You see the focus shifts further to the north of the city overnight and into Thursday. Now, the thing with the south is that we could likely see the return of some smoke tomorrow and some rain as well as we get into the latter part of Thursday night, overnight into Friday. And then Friday again, it does look like we will see more rain across many parts of Manitoba, including here in Winnipeg. So with Winnipeg still under a severe thunderstorm watch, there is still that risk that exists for the next few hours. At least we did have a thunderstorm move through this morning and again this afternoon. Winds out of the southwest at 20 kilometers an hour tonight. They will shift tomorrow. Mostly sunny, but as I mentioned, likely smoky too, at least in the afternoon, a high of 24 degrees, lighter winds as they shift as well. Here's the return of those showers and possibly thunderstorms on Friday, 24 degrees. Saturday, starting off the weekend, 24, mix of sun and cloud with a chance of showers. There's also the added thunderstorm risk. 23 on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud. That low chance of showers starts to rebuild again on Monday, 23 degrees, 26 degrees by the time we get to Tuesday. Let's take a look at some weather photos, shall we? I love seeing these guys. These are they're out enjoying Lake Winnipeg. They're up at Winnipeg Beach along the beach there along the shores of that big old lake. And this photo is from Mike near Hazel Ridge, Manitoba. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are off to Calgary for the weekend, hoping for a second win in a row after a bit of a losing skid. And the team will take the field with its starting quarterback, Zach Collaros.
Collaros looking to throw again. Far side intercepted. It's taken away by Manhunt.
The Bombers have had some tough luck against the Stampeders this year. They've lost to Calgary twice already. The Stamps are third in the CFL's West Division. Winnipeg is fourth. After missing a game, Calgary's #1 quarterback, Vernon Adams Jr., will be taking the field. Bombers head coach Mike O'Shea says Adams is a tough guy to put pressure on.
Vernon's probably more elusive, more athletic, right? He has certainly looking to make plays downfield also, like most good quarterbacks are, but he just seems to, his escapability is top-notch. His understanding of where the defenders are coming from and how to elude them and keep the ball moving downfield is elite.
Gets overconfident.
Saturday's kickoff in Calgary is set for 6 o'clock. All right, a lot of weather activity still happening.
Trough of low pressure is causing all of this, and it
seems
not
a widespread area.
It really
too.
is. Really much of the province.
Yeah, not just north, because I'm seeing some reports from the south too. We'll have all the latest and much more at 6 o'clock. See you then.